Using technology in your lessons will help you bring up the engagement and motivation level in your classroom, as well as focus your lessons and make them have more impact and retention for students. One way that I wanted to talk about using technology is with an interactive whiteboard. Now there are several models of this. I use a smartboard in my classroom, but you might be familiar with Promethean or Interactive Whiteboards. Whatever they are, they're interactive in nature, so that students are able to come up and touch the boards like a touch screen phone or computer screen, except it's as large as a whiteboard. And lessons that are made with interactive whiteboards are more engaging. Students sit up and notice. They are just engaged with the technology, and it lets you do a lot of everyday lessons in a more fun, interactive way. So if you've never practiced with a smartboard or an interactive whiteboard, look for them, ask your principal about them. They're a wonderful way to spice up your lesson delivery. Another way to add some engagement in classroom is to link either a PowerPoint slide, or in this case I have a notebook file, to a website. There are all kinds of wonderful websites that we know that are out there in cyberspace, but finding them and bringing them up every time we pull up a lesson is an effort. So I found this math lingo game. I really like it. It comes from my curriculum, and I've linked this picture, this still picture, straight to the website, so that when I want to bring up my math vocabulary, I just click on it and it brings up the game. Let's play the game a little bit. And this is something I would use at the end of a lesson to review or cap off a lesson. Students really love it. It's kind of like bingo. Take a look at the numbers here, and we'll say this is expanded form. So this is a fun game, and providing a link to that in my lesson or my PowerPoint is a great way to bring up the engagement level for my students. This next slide is about discovery education. It's not the only way to find it, but this is a subscription service that has just an incredible bank of educational video clips and resources. So when I am teaching about subject matter, I want to build prior knowledge, I can usually find a video clip that provides some kind of background for students, even if they haven't had that experience. I was sold on using discovery education when I was teaching 3rd grade, and we were reading a story about a farm. And little boy asked, "What is wheat? I don't know what wheat is." And I put a search in with Discovery for wheat and found a 30-second clip that explained how wheat was part of the grass family. Here's a picture of it. Here's the little section where the germ is and the wheat and the chaff. And this is how it's harvested, and it turns into flour and then into bread. And he said, "Oh, now I get it." All in 30 seconds, and it was very visual and explained things better than I ever could. Another favorite technique of mine is to use Google Earth. It's a free download, and there's just so many applications for this. When you're able to teach geography, talk about the setting of a story, students really get excited about using Google Earth, especially when you're able to zoom in on your school and then say, well, the story we're going to read is over here in Africa, and it will zoom out and take you to Africa. And this is a really high engagement tool, and it's easy to use. The last one I wanted to share is about digital storytelling. Photo Story 3 is a free download from the Microsoft website. It's really basically a slideshow that offers narration. And I like to use this to summarize a story or to go over a concept in science and have students come up and use a microphone to narrate and record over the slideshow. It's an easy way to get students involved with digital storytelling. So I hope those tools are helpful to you and they inspire you to try using one of them yourself.